All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avera.
Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the next episode. Yes, it is your President Orange Doggo Bad, and I'm looking forward to a fantastic episode today, and I hope you guys are too.
Damn right. And next on the show, we have Noble.
Good morning, everybody. Don't drag your ass out of bed too early expecting something.
I think I always do. Next on the show, we have Malagos.
Hey, just to say, it's great having Avira back.
As always, man, it's a pleasure having you on.
Likewise.
Next on the show, No Dragons Please.
Hello, how are y'all doing today?
It's been a long time since we had you back on, man.
It has been. I've been busy. Got a job change technically. I guess just change of position, and it's been crazy since then.
Fair enough, man. You and I are on the same boat.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys have been following No Dragons Please on YouTube, but this dude is like the god at freaking dad jokes. If you ever need anything that brightens your day, check out his channel. They're like 10 to 7 seconds long, but my goodness, you fucking nail it.
Thank you. I
really do, man.
That joke.
Righto. And finally, introducing our bell ringer, Mighty Red Wolf.
Train's coming.
Damn, that sounded glorious. How much are those things worth?
You don't want to know, but I actually love the Safe Trend hybrid bells. They're my favorite.
Yeah, the really, really distinctive sound.
Very much so. Let's get on to today's show, shall we?
Righto. Let us start with the feel-good preface of the week. Now, the George Floyd mural in North Toledo reduced to rubble after being struck by lightning.
So I'm sure that you guys have seen this on Twitter, right?
It's been blowing up everywhere.
It has been. And but here's the weird thing. Now I follow this guy named Tim Pool. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him. But Tim Pool, even though he's like some vanilla semi-atheist, he's like, well, I saw that in the middle of the day when there was no clear skies, all that stuff, a lightning strike completely obliterated the George Floyd monument. And this building, bro, it exploded. I mean, look at this. This is all those colored bricks just completely obliterated on the floor.
Yes.
So I wonder what that was all about. Some people are saying on Twitter, oh, this is God about this. Now, fair point. A lot of people have considered George Floyd to be some kind of an idol, despite the fact he was a drug addict, piece of garbage, thug. But that's besides the point.
Indeed. And I just would like to say again, and thus did the Lord strike down false idols.
Exactly. And this does seem to be what happened. The fact that it was a clear day and lightning randomly occurred. Sure, there were some spotted clouds or whatever, but lightning just destroyed this particular side of the building.
Right.
The other thing that I'm going to bring up
Even if you're not religious, it is still kind of a spooky little coincidence.
That's the thing, though.
All
That's
right?
the thing that I look at it. I'm just going to put it short and simple. There is a God.
There is a God.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want any other proof, well, here's a photo.
He's clearly pissed off.
Righto.
But
Not to mention, to add to that, he is exactly pissed off, and God will not be mocked. And get this, let's read this bit. When reached Wednesday, artist Ross said he definitely plans on redoing the mural somewhere, and it will be again centered around George Floyd. He said he'll incorporate a double
Nasty.
rainbow into the new mural because the same day of the lightning strike, he saw a double rainbow. Ross said he wants to put the new mural somewhere
Oh
where everyone will
bullshit!
agree.
I
No,
don't think that's
no,
gonna
he
fly
didn't.
this time.
He didn't see no double rainbow nonsense. He's just freaking lying, trying to like be all prophetic and crap. No,
No.
Absolutely pathetic.
I just wanna say
that's
regarding that,
stupid.
though-
There's no way he thought that.
No.
You know what's so odd? That the rainbow is actually, as a symbol of God. Before currently couple of people with an agenda hijacked it for their nefarious purposes.
Yeah.
And
That is
thus, I want to
weird.
say to them, good luck. Good luck trying to mock God again. Anyway, no,
No,
Dragon, you about to say something?
No, I was agreeing.
I encourage those people to keep going at it just to, well, until they learn their lesson.
Yeah. What's next? Hail in that area to destroy it?
Yeah, right. Hail, locusts, frog, the death of your firstborn, unless you sacrifice a lamb, all that crazy shit. You
Why
never
is
know.
this why is this so familiar all of a sudden?
Stop
Exactly.
thinking so small. I mean, a rock would basically turn around and solve the problem.
Well, look, I'm not one to say that I think that he deserved to die. Of course, I would never say that. He's a human being. But at the end of the day, he was a bad dude. He was a junkie.
And the
he was
fact
a
that
criminal, a
a
felon.
couple of people made him into a martyr and a quote-unquote saint.
Dude, now they're building statues of him, freaking monuments, and now that this particular monument was struck by lightning. Of course, lightning happens all the time. Let's not forget that. But at the same time, though, now a lot of people are looking at this and they're thinking, well, maybe it's either a sign of God or something in regards to that manner.
Righto.
I'm like, was it a sign of God? Because he is kind of being worshipped as a saint, even though he was a criminal thug who died because he
Wait,
ate too
just
much fentanyl.
you need to tone it down a little bit. See, what people forget is that this was his playbook. He pulled this sort of shit before.
Yes, he did. He was a career criminal. Absolutely.
No, what he pulled in the street is something he apparently had done previously to other police officers.
Baiting them to so they can get convicted and suspended.
Yeah.
Anyone who purposely goes out and causes trouble like that, expect to get a bullet.
Joel,
Yeah, well, you probably shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car when you're chewing on a speedball.
Yes,
That's probably not a good thing to do.
you know that
I agree. It probably isn't. The problem is that we have to make martyrs out of people because cops bad or
Right? How stupid is that? And how many of you and me or our friends and family are in law enforcement and how we try to help our communities make things better, and then we got wackos like this that once they die because of a horrible situation, all of a sudden we have.
Yeah,
You know
that's the
what?
thing is the
And-
kneeling on his
And
neck
then
is what
God
didn't
strikes
kill him
down
either.
lightning.
That's the thing. Kneeling on his neck was not the death.
It was
No.
fentanyl that did it.
Yeah.
So
Something.
why are they blaming the police officer then?
Duh. What do you think?
Easy target.
Because SJWs and the alt-leftist cult
No,
basically.
it's an agenda. Anyway,
They'll make
anyway.
anyone the
Let's
scapegoat.
move on.
Right.
Let's just move on from this.
I think it's enough. You're right.
Yeah, let's keep
Dial
going.
it down. Right. So there you go. Therein is your feel good story. Now, we're gonna move to the main
event.
gravy of the show.
The main
part
event.
of it. Righto. So, move on to the good stuff. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Director Malcolm Dealey says fan backlash to films desexualized Lola Bunny was super weird.
why does he think it's super weird?
Why, right? Read this. speaking on the topic of Entertainment Weekly, the director Malcolm D. Lee said that he was taken aback by the sheer amount of discourse surrounding her new design recalling. I had no idea that people would be up in arms about a bunny not having boobs.
It's not just. I would argue it's not only that; it's the entire redesign of her. She just
Yes.
doesn't look that good, unlike the second one.
Well,
and I'm not really upset.
and the fact that the original Space Jam was the first time we ever saw Lola Bunny, and when she came into the fray, like she was a anthropomorphic bunny who was supposed to be. Let's get real. I mean, she was like supposed to be attractive, you know.
Yeah.
In general,
Yeah, I mean, you
hell,
know,
even like Bugs Bunny saw her and like metaphorically got hard as he fell down.
I mean, is it? I mean, is it just
You
me,
know,
or
like I don't know if you saw the original Space Jam, but like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know
I
that.
even had-
yeah, that
like-
was good. That was funny though. It was funny.
it was hilarious. Like you're like, oh shit. Well, obviously Bugs Bunny got hard just by looking at her, and she's like, oh hey, do you need another basketball player? And she like rolled her ears back, and you're like, okay.
I mean,
All
I know
right.
what I had a VHS tape, so I would know it.
What I
Yeah.
thought was funny about this, there's so many people who would have been turned into furries because of her growing up.
Yeah,
I wonder
in the,
how
that was
many
in the
people
generation
now-
back then.
That's one of the main things. That and Lion King and Robin Hood. That's like one of the main three things. And
Yes.
I'm also kind of argue for like Zootopia, but that's a whole different
Oh,
story.
oh, yeah, and Crystal from Star
Right.
Star
How
Fox.
many?
From Star Fox, yeah.
How many
Ooh,
people are now going to be
absolutely.
turned off by that?
Okay, so first of all, you guys are forgetting obviously the best furry turner, and that's Beastars. Duh.
Bro, you're in the
Oh
wrong
yeah.
generation.
Oh,
How did we
that
forget?
had a lot of people into
In the
that.
old generation, we grew up with Lola Bunny, Lion King,
Yep.
and all
Road
that
Rovers.
good stuff.
Yes.
And then friggin' Beastars came into the picture, and that's a whole
Bro.
different thing too.
If you want the current Zoomer gen, they're going to grow up with Zootopia, Beastars, Brand New Animal, and Space, and and the desexualized Lola Bunny. Bro, let's keep reading. Yeah. So, listen, like Lisa, you know, I understand people don't want things to change, but I think we need some evolution with her. Not by objectifying her, but by making her strong and still feminine, the director. And yes, we had all these other women who were like, oh, you can't be strong and have big boobs? Yeah, you can. But we're talking about a cartoon bunny, not women.
But I thought the bunny was considered a woman bunny, right?
But it's not the problem with that. It's the problem that they completely changed her character. And it's not just the boobs. It's the entire character's changed.
Yeah, total difference. I mean, between
Is-
if
is-
you look at the first one and the second one, you're gonna see a big difference.
That's like
Many
if they made. That's like if they made a remake of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but instead of making Jessica Rabbit a sex bomb, they made it into some generic.
Oh, no, please.
No, don't give him
do
ideas.
not give him any
do
ideas.
not do that.
Please don't give him ideas.
Don't give him any ideas about that shit.
Okay.
No remakes, none of that. All right,
Remakes
that was
are all for
perfect
shit
as it
now.
is.
You know, now that he mentioned it, Hollywood's got to ruin it.
Yeah, of course they will.
Yeah, they will. Just watch.
I mean, speaking of which, though, Avira, like, what,
Yeah,
I saw you saw the trailer, right?
I did. Yes, and I was very concerned about the fact that they kind of went into like how do I say this? Like-
Kidnapping a kid? Seriously?
No, not that. It was more like multi-platform type of things, like modern things. Like, they were like rapping. Like, I've never seen Porky Pig rap before, or like Daffy Duck fucking rap. Like, they were trying to get into like the whole hip hop scene and like being like all the mainstream culture and shit. And I'm just thinking like, wow, that's not going to age well at all. Hell, Space Jam, that should age so damn well that people still go to their OG original website that was made back in the fucking 90s. So now
the
that like,
soundtrack.
Porgy, the notorious PIG, No, fuck that. That's not gonna age well.
Nope.
Like, just be your own character.
They don't make movies that age well anymore. They make movies for woke.
Yeah, but like Looney Tunes used to do that, and like Space Jam. Even then, even when like they introduced the new character of Lola, like everyone loved that, and that was great. And of course, we had Bugs Bunny and his
Gang.
cartoonical stuff. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, you still had all the cartoon gags from like the Roadrunner and
Yeah,
Wile E. Coyote. Remember that?
Yep.
I mean, they still kept with the same theme for the original.
They did. They really did, though.
But now you can't do that because it makes kids violent now.
How?
How?
How does giving your bully an anvil and walking him off the cliff until he walks like 10 steps and realizes, oh shit, I'm off the cliff, and then he's dropping an anvil and falls down into the canyon? Like,
Although
really?
although Aviera, one of my funny gags is from the Wile E. Coyote stuff. Is
I mean,
always
that's what I was talking about.
I
But
don't.
what's
But
yours?
every time he uses Acme stuff, every time it fails.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what?
Something that-
My favorite type of scene, like from those cartoons, is when they draw something like on a cliffside, like in the middle of a road, like it's a brick wall, and then like they draw a tunnel, or like they draw a tunnel like with a
Oh,
train
yes.
coming,
Okay, just
or something crazy like that, or like they draw a hole in the ground, like all that crazy shit.
okay. Look,
I think that's like
something.
so damn funny. And then like, okay, the Roadrunner draws this tunnel. He runs through it, and then the coyote sees the tunnel. He's like, okay, cool. Then he runs to the tunnel, and then he flattens out like a pancake.
Right.
Okay,
right,
look,
It's
okay.
funny, though.
What I would have liked to have seen in this movie instead would have been the Bugs Bunny and all that having your yearly basketball matches. Something happens and they have to go get a basketballer from our world to help the Toon world. That's
Right.
what I would have liked to have seen. Kidnapping the guy's child and having some crazed lunatic as a bad guy. Just what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I want to say, to add to that, though, some of the reviews as of late about Space Jam: A New Legacy show that the movie is both an abomination and an apocalyptic horror.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
terrible. They
I mean,
really,
that might be an exaggeration. I don't think it was an apocalyptic horror, but it definitely went against the main characteristics of the main characters that like we all grew up like loving and like know how they react. Especially
Also-
Bugs Bunny.
Also, I mean, it's probably just me, but I'm not really such a huge fan of turning Bugs Bunny into CGI. Personally, I like the sort of
Me neither.
the sort of like the first original Space Jam wasn't like, it was sort of like in between 2D and 3D. Like they still looked like 2D characters, but they, like the way they moved and all, clearly said they were in three-dimensional space. I kind of liked that, and like it was
Yeah,
appealing
yeah.
to me as a kid.
Yeah, it was
Because I grew
Exactly.
I-
It was
I
a
grew up-
very similar art style to like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, like you
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the
exactly,
live action. Right.
the
yeah, you
live
get a mix of live action and cartoons.
Yep.
but
So
cartoons
you had the
kinda
live
looked
action with the cartoons, but like they interacted pretty damn well, I would say.
Yeah, but they
But-
look two-dimensional, but they interact in 3D. It was a really cool
Yep.
thing. And
It
since
was.
since we all watched like all Looney Tune cartoons, which were
Yep.
2D, of course, we can relate to that better. Now with the whole CGI and 3D, it kind of I don't know.
Makes
Well,
you
you know
wanna
what this
puke.
Well,
Well, here's the thing,
fact,
though.
like this
Yes,
new
Mighty.
movie did
What?
something completely different,
Hold
where
on.
they had that it wasn't drawn, it was not animated. Unfortunately, a lot of these characters, I think basically all of them, were created by CGI.
Yeah,
And, like,
but here's
they
what
were-
I was going to bring up, though, as a good point.
Yeah.
Don't forget what else was also a good Looney Tunes movie. Remember Looney Tunes Back in Action? Remember that
Yes.
one?
Oh,
That one they
yes, I
still
do.
kept the cartoon theme and it still
Yeah,
was
they
on
did.
point. It
Oh,
was funny though.
Yep.
That was a good one too. Why couldn't
That
they
was
just go back
good.
to that? And that was kind of a what? Wasn't that recent? I think somewhat.
Uh,
No,
I
that
don't
was
know how recent
2003.
you mean. I mean, that was
Yeah,
quite a few years
2003.
ago.
I know, but I know that was after the first Space Jam. But why couldn't they just keep on with that theme?
Well, because new
Because
technology came around, and I
yeah,
thought they were kind of like banking on the new technology, like maybe that would draw more audience. And they thought maybe, well, if we spend more money with this new technology, well, maybe people would think it's more interesting, and then maybe they would buy tickets and make more
Don't
profit
ruin
and
the
shit.
classics, though.
But at the end of the day, like that really didn't happen because like all of us regular fans were like, well, we just want to see our favorite characters doing their regular shit like they used to do. Like I don't really care about like your 3D, $10 million fucking programming CGI, whatever the crap. No, at the time, no one really cared about that.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of that old saying: "If it ain't broken, don't fix it."
Exactly.
And
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what
That's
Disney that was a problem with Disney when they stopped doing animated shows and then they went right back to fucking CG.
Well, you know how it is. We gotta spend way too much money to find out that something's not working.
I think that's pretty much what it is with this movie. It's like it was considered, a
Yeah,
vanity
it's
project. But
bad, man.
they just threw in a ton of money, for the animations, for this, for the big names. And
Exactly.
dude,
And like I was really looking forward to it. But it just kind of
get
just
this. I just want to add this. Read this. Read this line. I've never seen anything like this though. But he says, Roper said, I also hope to never see anything like it again. And I wish I could unsay this. And to continue on, LeBron says it was an awful idea, one of the worst ideas he's ever heard, and he rejects the pitch. And then the movie pursues the exact same pitch after acknowledging it's a terrible concept.
and
Wow.
yeah, you know what? I would have to say I absolutely agree with that assessment.
Well,
He's right.
okay, so here's the problem, right? Their budget was probably what, 20
150
million? Huh?
150
I mean,
million.
maybe 25, 20, 25, something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
a lot though.
So
It really
so
was
keep
not
it
a lot.
keep in mind that probably almost all except for 1 million of that was probably getting LeBron to actually be in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Well, I don't know how much
and the
LeBron-
other
LeBron
cameos
would've-
too. Like they had to spend like
for probably
$50,000
millions and
bucks,
millions
like
for
just
King
to have a
Kong, Willy
cameo.
Wonka, Austin Powers, The Mask, and they had a reported budget of 150 million. Like I said, like the article says, rather.
Well, I'm thinking maybe only like 500,000 actually went to developing the characters.
Yeah, and probably like a couple of them only was to redesign Lola Bunny in CG and
You
desexualize
guys
her.
are giving it
Oh
too
no
much
That,
credit.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was the
easily
problem.
20 million of the
That
budget
was a
right
big
there. All
problem.
right,
Yeah.
that was
Right,
20
yes,
million
yes,
of the
Noble?
budget. We had to redesign Lola.
Character development could have only cost them maybe like $50-$60 per character.
Well, you
Nope.
have to come to the stage of conceptual art, redesigning, animating.
Yeah, they
Hey.
just hire people from FA
Hey.
or DA.
Bruh.
Man, I wonder how much money they lost because they did Lola so negatively like that.
Mhm.
Like E621, fucking DeviantArt, FA, all that shit. Like
I mean, they probably didn't lose
if
much.
if
'cause
they're
I'm
trying
sure
to make
he
art
wasn't-
about like fucking Lola,
Damn right,
it's
like,
not
they're
going
gonna
to be
go back to- they're
relevant
gonna
to like
respect
what
the-
they actually proposed. Nah,
Yeah.
it's going to
Oh.
be something exaggerated, like for
Oh.
sure.
What they should have
Yeah.
done? They should have had they should have used a female basketball player.
And model the body shape off of her vaguely. Yeah.
No, not Lola. But the main character should have been a woman,
Right.
not a guy.
No,
Yeah,
See-
Lola was the main character. Hell,
Noble.
do you remember like way back, like when like that the first Space Jam, like they were concerned about like how they're gonna win, and then Lola popped up and she's like, "Hey, I would love to be part of your team. And she's like bouncing a ball and she's like all sensual and shit. And Bugs Bunny's like, wow, I want to tap that. But yeah, I mean, Lola was fucking cool.
Yeah, but
No,
see, that was the major thing about Lola is her sex
Yeah, she was
appeal.
great.
But her sex appeal and her like power is like what made her so good, and they completely threw that off in the new Space Jam.
Hell,
Right.
Yeah.
she could
Oh.
be a sexy girl and do whatever the hell she does, but she can also be a really good basketball player, and she's like
Yeah.
the main force that like helped the Looney
of the
Tune
squad.
teams like win
Yeah.
the thing and like stop the aliens from taking over the world. You know, like
Yeah.
back in
Right,
the
so-
original movie. Yeah,
So,
so like she
all
was
I'm
cool.
saying is that Noble is thinking too mainstream. Okay, we're over men and women. All right, we gotta do those made up.
We gotta
Things
do like
like that.
the X gender.
Oh, are you talking
Oh.
about those made up Tumblr genders? Those
Yeah.
there's more than 2 genders. There's like 75 or some bullshit. No,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that is some BS.
that's some
So-
fucking nonsense, right?
So.
Very
We
much
got
so.
this. One last thing to prop us up. LeBron James himself says, "I'm a ball player, and athletes acting it never goes well." Think on that for a minute. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
I guess
yeah.
if you're like used by your managers and like you have to try to balance that with your friends and your family and like telling you like what to do, that could be hard. I get it.
Right. Ah, and just one last live comment from Boombox before we wrap this up. Who wants to see Space Jam at the drive-in?
Yeah, right.
Not me. I just want to add to
I
that.
don't know.
You know what? When I was at the Comic Expo, I saw friggin' Bugs and Lola, the new generation mascot costumes. I'm like, no, I am not getting a photo with them. Not even wearing Jolty. Not even.
Yeah,
I am not.
I would rather be with like the OG.
Yeah, the OG Lola.
Yeah, the
would
OG
totally have a
Lola,
photo
like
with
way
the
back in the
OG
day,
Lola.
like before she got in
Yeah.
that fucking Space Jam fucking sequel nonsense. No,
All right.
I'm not about that.
Righto. So, the next item. Oh, Noble, you ready
Oh,
for this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I am. So, now, if you're in Australia, you may have noticed around a few circles that Woolworths and the Royal Australian Mint have collaborated to bring forth, mascots for the celebration of the Tokyo Olympics. Right.
This
And
is something that I definitely want to buy.
I would
yeah,
go for it.
not to mention now, now the internet's gone a big tizzy over this. Read the headline: Australia's official Olympic commemorative coins are picked. Government commissioned personas, quote unquote.
the thing I like about this though is the artwork has been done in a damn good way. You don't see this anymore.
No, you
I'm
don't.
sorry, but this is really, really
No,
good.
no, that's not true, man. I do see this artwork, and I think this artwork is made by legit furries who know
It
how
has to be.
anthropomorphism should look like. And
It has to be done by first.
yeah, these are
Right.
the guys that made this. They are definitely furries. Like they fucking have to be.
Actually, you know what? The creator, I think, if you look at the creator himself, it was said that he had no experience. I mean, I have to look into this a bit. but he
Yeah,
said he had
right.
No experience in
Yeah.
anthros,
The-
and he was
The
mainly
way
a comic
that they
artist for
cross their
humans.
legs and they look at the camera, okay, you're a fucking furry. Like, let's get real.
Actually, yeah, no, dude. Here's what the official the artist himself said on his own Twitter. I feel like if you look at my art account, you can definitely see the similarities in style. Even though I don't draw anthro, and I understand why somebody would think like that.
He does though.
Well, he did now. He does now.
Man, that is so absolutely bonkers.
He has
I-
to be a furry. It's
He
just
is. Yeah, right
you
though.
can't hide that. The
You
artwork
can't.
shows it.
And the fact that like that's the whole like Australian mascot shit, like bro, if you were to tell me some furry artist made that, I would completely believe it. I'd be like, yep, that looks like an anthro. That's okay.
Right. Like, get
Yeah,
this.
I totally see that shit.
Let's read this stuff.
Absolutely.
So the artist Landegg was put on a project by a friend. The Mint was looking to commission Aussie-themed cartoon characters similar to how the Tokyo Olympics had been using anime-style mascots. Landegg decided to submit their portfolio, which features heaps of 2D art and characters like Sailor Moon and, notably, no sexy anthropomorphic characters. So how a
Yeah,
non
right.
No,
No sex.
you know,
What do you
Really?
mean?
Oh
What
my
do you
God.
mean no sexy? Are you kidding me? Yeah, your fucking
I
kangaroo
mean, you're from a
was sitting with their legs open. Like, I saw that shit. All right.
dude, you came from a wee background. How do you not, sexy?
Yeah, it totally is though. And they're like, I'm not a furry, but
Like, I mean,
this is
weebs are
just my
good at drawing
artwork.
sexy shit, man.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Wait, didn't Russians do the same thing with the mascot? Like they had the.
Zavivak. Oh my god.
Zavivaka. Okay, man, I'm Russian. Let's not talk about that shit.
Yeah, and then the. Oh no, it wasn't the Olympics. It was the World Cup. And yeah, and
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Right,
the last time Australia had an Olympic mascot or Olympic mascots, they did use basically furries.
They were.
No,
like,
but
they
now
were just.
they actually have like coins. Which, by the way, guys, I'm totally going to buy some, and you should too, because I guarantee in like the next 3, maybe 5 years, they're gonna be worth a lot. So
I mean,
definitely
these things are
invest in
collect.
some of them freaking furry Australian coins
Yeah.
things.
So here's a fun question for the panel,
Yeah.
right? What would other countries' mascots be?
Oh, good
Oh,
question.
that's a good
Oh,
question.
yeah.
That
that's
is a
There's
very-
American
there's a
seagull.
lot of different countries.
For
and, like,
Americans, had to
what
be.
would they
eagle.
be? America would obviously be an eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Canada
would
would be a
China-
beaver.
I think China would be like a noodle dragon.
But
Really?
just some kind of dragon, though. But
Yeah,
how about some
they would
kind
be
of
like
dragon?
one of those like
No.
flying feather,
China
like
would be a panda.
noodle fucking dragons.
Joel,
Yes.
I just sent you a link to the Sydney 2000 mascot coins.
Righto. Okay. I'll put that up on screen share. So
See-
this
See, I was thinking that China might be, something that's a little more spherical shaped with
Okay.
stuff poking out of it that kind of locked us all down for a year.
Yeah.
That's their mascot now.
righto. Live comment from Deutsch Dog. France would be a runny cheese.
The running sheep.
Oh, really? I thought France would be like a snail.
No, France would be a rooster.
I
Would
thought
it-
they would be a frogs.
Italy would
I mean,
literally just be pasta.
escargot is kind of a thing. I thought maybe
Italy
the-
would be shockingly. Italy would be wolf.
Really? Are you sure?
No,
yeah.
It would be
no,
pasta.
it wouldn't. Italy
Yeah, I
wouldn't
know.
be
I
a
know
wolf.
why. I know why. It's because of the Romulus and the Rem story, right? You know that.
Bro, did you
entire
know once the Italian military drew a mascot wolf to get people to recruit up?
Italy would be a wolf.
Yep.
No, man.
Yeah.
I think Italy would be a lion. I really
No,
do.
that's the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
No,
the United
no,
Kingdom
no,
would be a
the
lion.
United
No, the
Kingdom,
UK would be a lion,
no.
though.
No,
No, man, Italy would be a freaking wolf.
See,
You know how many freaking wolves
Avira,
battled gladiators
Avira?
way back in fucking
I have 2 words for
Roman
you.
times?
Shut up. Anyway, Italy will be a wolf. UK will be a lion. France would be a rooster. Spain would be a bull. Going
Mhm.
on.
Oh, I know. Malaysia could be orangutans.
Or a tapir.
Mexico would be a pack of chihuahuas.
No,
Yes.
Mexico
You
would be
sure
a
it wouldn't
The
be
most dangerous chihuahuas.
You sure it's not going to be El Chupacabra?
I mean,
No,
it could
no.
be El Chupacabra, but probably.
I mean,
It would
Okay.
be the chihuahuas.
Okay,
The chihuahuas will fucking kill that chupacabra immediately.
let's think about this. Would you rather be running across the desert and see one chupacabra, or running across the desert and seeing 50 chihuahuas coming for you?
Yeah.
I think I'd take my chances with one chupacabra because chihuahuas
I
like
think me too. Bro,
Yeah.
me too. I
they'll
would,
bite
I
your
would
ankles
kick
off.
that chupacabra in the face. I'd be like, nope, no thanks. But if I had fucking 50 chihuahuas, I mean, I would be dead.
yeah, you'd be outnumbered.
The
I'm-
Russians
Yeah,
would either
totally.
be bears or Siberian tigers.
Oh, Siberian
Yeah,
tiger
no,
would be
it
better.
would be, Siberian tigers.
Canada would be maple syrup.
or moose.
Moose, yeah,
Oh,
moose.
I kind of just like the idea of Canada at the Olympics and their mascot being maple syrup, though. Like, picture the masculinity when you have Mrs. Butterworth on the back of your uniform.
Oh god, no.
And you just have like you have a shirt that's like accented like a.
It's
Right,
Canadian, eh?
Now, Malagos, what do you think my mascot would be from my heritage, Indonesia?
I'm not sure actually.
Actually, the answer to that would be a Komodo dragon.
Oh,
Really?
That would be cool.
Literally
Yeah.
every time I think of you, I always just imagine a purple squirrel in the tree, and you're like hoarding acorns. And
You know what?
fuck
You know
you
that probably
guys,
would be the
these are
mascot
my
of that.
acorns. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Wait, are you sure that he's not holding these nuts?
He is holding these nuts.
I mean,
Don't
it's
look at me,
eyes are
man. I'm literally just a freaking orange doggo bad, you know.
I mean, it's a shame about Candace, though, you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, to get back to the whole, mascot thingamajig,
Yeah.
Noble, as we were saying, this was the stuff that when Australia last held the Olympic Games back in 2000, these were the three mascots: Sid, the platypus, Millie the echidna, and Ollie the kookaburra.
Now, there was also a frill neck lizard for, what was it called?
Right.
platypus is the only mammal that lays eggs, right?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
do
think-
believe there's one more. I think that's not the only one. Or maybe the one I'm thinking of is already extinct.
Right.
Platypuses do lay eggs. And they're also poisonous,
Right.
which is cool.
So the thing is, with these current crop of coins, what we have are 5 commemorative coins. 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and they're uncirculated $2 coins. And yeah, the artwork like of the.
It's
the
so
Yeah.
4 species of echidna also lay eggs.
Oh, echidnas.
Apparently, every mammal that lays eggs can be found in Australia. So, Jolt, I don't know what you're doing to the mammals there, but
Oh
I don't know,
no!
we're basically reptiling them up.
Okay,
Wait, why can't
Australia- Australia is something else.
why
they're
can't
like
emus
Th-
be a
they-
mascot
their
for
own
Australia?
thing. They have
Yeah.
spiders that kill people.
Yeah, Malagos.
That's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Or wait, we don't talk about emus in Australia.
if we don't
Yes, we
talk about
do.
this stuff in Australia, it doesn't exist, right?
No, I was thinking
Right.
because of the emu war. They're not talking.
We're not afraid to admit that we lost a war to the birds.
Oh yeah, about that. Even freaking birds.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, we're gonna continue on with this a bit more. They said
Yes.
the brief was to basically make an anime-style reboot of the original boxing kangaroo mascot.
I mean, that would be
So
kinda cool, though.
that's yeah, but that doesn't really look like an anime style.
You think?
No, this does not look like an anime style. Actually, this looks like literal artist furries created this
It looks like some.
for the Australian government, and that is really fantastic.
It
No, I
looks like
mean the guy could actually. To be honest with you, I think the guy kind of pulled it off, ish, considering he came from a weeb background, and I think he
I mean,
translated
look,
it quite well.
If you were to show me pictures of these two characters, and there was no background context, I'd be like, wow, okay. So obviously, a fellow furry made this. They're probably based on either a fictional character that they made up, or maybe it's based on something else. But I wouldn't think that they're just hired by the Australian government to make a mascot. That's not a mascot to me. I'm sure that's not a mascot to a lot of other people who've actually seen this.
So
They look like legit furries.
all I'm
Yeah.
picturing right now is you guys know that Office meme where they hold two pieces of paper and then it says the same thing. I picture like someone holding like furry artist first time trying this. Corporate wants you to find out the difference between these pictures. They're the same thing.
That was definitely
Yeah.
not a first time. I mean, that looked like a professional fucking furry artist literally made that.
Something that's a bit shocking is that on E621, there's no artwork of them yet.
Oh,
Bro,
not yet.
Dude, you just had to go
Not
there.
yet.
You just had
Uh-oh.
to go there.
That's
Oh,
gonna
now
happen.
it's gonna happen now. Now it's
That's
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen now.
Someone opened his big mouth.
Yep.
Pokemon,
You damn right. That's
the
gonna
day
happen.
of the release, there was porn.
Oh,
This
there's gonna be some shit.
has
about
been
that.
out for almost a week now, and it hasn't hit E621.
Oh wow.
Okay,
It's been a week.
okay.
and that hasn't
Here's the
happened?
thing. All right, news travels slow from that side of the world to over here. All right, give it at least another 2 weeks traveling time.
It does,
kidding
yeah.
me? Are you kidding me? News travels to my state a lot faster though, because we're in the middle of everything here.
Dude, I live in New York, and like we get all that crazy shit.
I'm just
Yeah.
making a joke about the obscene mailing times between Australia and like the United States.
Yeah.
I've actually
That's-
gotten stuff
that's
within
true.
like a couple of days though from Australia to here.
Anytime I try and mail something to Australia, they're like, yeah, I'll be there in like a month and a half. And I'm just like, this is priority. Yeah.
Yeah, but
What?
here's the thing though, you're mailing from the continental US, not Hawaii. There's a difference.
That's fair.
Yep, see?
I mean, maybe it just the flights have to go stop over at Honolulu for a bit, and like cargo ships might depend.
Actually, yes, that's actually true. That's why stuff actually has to go through here first.
Well, I just think overall that's pretty silly.
Don't look at me though, because they have to get it scanned. They have to make sure it's all
Oh
safe.
no, of course not.
Yeah, I mean, but it's cool though.
So, Jolt, do we have any live comments, any questions, or anything?
There's got to be
Um,
something live.
I hope so.
Apart from the fact that what's this guy's if you want to go follow the artist of the piece,
Yeah.
it's at twitter.com/@sailor failures.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, imagine that. But just one last question regarding this whole caboodle. Maybe the government commissioned personas are a good thing after all. Do you agree or disagree?
I think it might actually work out. Maybe I think it is because it's definitely like a big talk. Because usually what they come up with for like the Olympics and stuff, it doesn't really get everyone into it though, does it?
Right. I
And
mean,
if you
first
get
off,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you get the attention of the entire furry fandom, maybe you're doing something right.
I mean, it's still the Olympics, though.
Yeah, but still though, to involve furries now.
They've done it before. It's
I
not
mean,
the
the
first
fact
time.
of the matter is, they the Mint kind of decided to go with this, like to go with the cartoony style because Japan.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: it looks a hell of a lot better. This is like the best they've ever done.
Yeah, there's also another thing. They didn't Sonic it up.
I think they just the guy he went like he started from scratch, and then when they got in, first kangaroo was done, second character was made, and then after that, we got the frill neck lizard that was made after that for the Paralympics.
Turns out they've used that character before, but it was just revamped. So
But
It
it doesn't
explains
look
the
as
frill, which
bad
is
though.
weird.
It doesn't look that bad this time though, does it?
Going from the source material, it's definitely an improvement. And
Yeah,
you
it
just
is.
don't hear those words often.
No, usually things get worse and worse these days, as we all know.
But yeah, so
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a very good point.
I definitely
Absolutely.
applaud it. I would.
Yeah.
So
who
I
can't
would-
wait? Yeah,
I can't wait. It's
who
gonna be
can't
good.
wait to see them? Who can't wait to hold these coins and the manga booklet when when it arrives in the post? I know I can't.
I'm doing an unboxing.
I
Oh,
want to
right.
get. I have to get it. I don't care what anyone says. I want
Righto,
it.
I'll send you a link to that.
Perfect.
I need it.
All right,
I
you guys,
want it.
I'll send you guys a link so you can grab one.
Now I'm
Righto.
thinking of the SpongeBob meme. I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
All right. All right.
Righto, one last item on the list. Right, and this is to do with a racing theme, and I think you might have also noticed today's episode was very big on sporting themes,
It was indeed.
and we're going to continue that trend today. So, here's a bizarre one. So, who follows football? Football, or in the more the civilized Anglosphere, soccer.
Well,
Sorry, not sorry to the European
I
contingent.
haven't followed football necessarily, like when it comes to like particular games and like stats and stuff like that. No, I was looking more of like the big picture when it came to back in the day when certain sports were canceled completely.
I know, but here's the thing, though.
I was very concerned about that type of a matter and like how is that going to be going back to normal?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. For me, it kind of runs through my blood. Being Hispanic, being Mexican, of course, we love it when they say "go."
Yes, of course. And I was looking into that too, my dude. Like I was trying to like follow some sports and shit.
Oh, we even had a. Oh, I hate bringing this up, but because me being originally from Southern California, every time someone would actually kick a penalty shot, we would say "ah puto."
I hear
Yeah.
I hear that stuff is big from the South American contingents, that some of them might actually be legitimately better than Europeans.
But I think it's funny though how all Mexicans do that though, because that's actually
Right.
a cuss word.
I mean, wow, yeah. I
Yeah.
can see why. Anyway, here's the bizarro happened. In the finals, that it was down to England versus Italy, and as you now know, Italy beat England. So where does it's not that wasn't the bizarre part, but this is. Racism won Euro 2020. Italian football team has too many damn Italians, The Economist argues in a bizarre racial rambling.
Oh my god.
Really, people? Now you're
How
bitching
dare-
about this shit.
How dare the How dare the Italian team have Italians on it? Well, they were supposed to get Portuguese. Everyone knows.
They're supposed
No, they're
Yeah.
supposed to
Italian.
have Mexicans.
There
No,
was
actually, they're supposed to have, like,
a very interesting article. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this.
No,
but-
actually, they wouldn't be
Okay.
rambling about this if the Italian team had like Libyans and Sudanese.
Yeah, well, they were saying that it was not diverse enough because there were too many Italians on the Italian.
Too many
sports
white
team.
people.
How dare they have the
Yeah,
linguini only?
They were all
Oh.
Italians, though. They're
Why
like,
would they have the
"Whoa,
linguini only?
how
Why
do
not the
you have
rigatoni?"
any of the blacks, though? I'm like, bro, they're all
Seriously.
this is the Italian sport team.
This is the
Like,
Italian
what do you
nation.
mean? Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
They-
it's because
Oh my gosh.
Like,
So-
why would you care? Who cares about race? Like,
it's because
So-
England has half of their teams were like from outs.
Outside
Yeah,
of the
originally,
but, like,
yeah.
deadass, though, only racists care about how many different colors of people do you
Vera?
have on your team?
Vera?
That's so stupid.
Anyway, go ahead. Yeah. Now, I
So-
just want to add on to that though. If you were to, if you were the manager of a team and you had to pick out your roster, right? Like who'd you pick? Like you'd pick the best players for each position.
I would pick the best players.
Yeah.
So,
For each position, like you
Yeah.
pick the best goalie, the best strikers,
exactly. Like
defense,
if
midfield.
they're good at like 3-pointers, like if they're fast, if
here's
they
the
can
thing.
stretch and lift
Well,
some.
Well,
You know,
Avier,
whatever.
here's the thing.
Wrong
Look
sport,
at
but
it
okay.
this way.
I don't
Here's what
care
I've
about
seen.
race or anything. Like, who cares about that shit? I just want the
here's
best
the thing,
players
though.
on my team.
I've actually seen it where, like, sometimes for the U.S. team, we've seen, we've actually seen Mexico, players in it, or like, vice versa.
Yeah.
It all depends. It all depends
but-
on how good you are.
Yeah, but what I think most people are upset about with the UK is the UK had as far as I saw it, like the UK had a pretty mixed team. Like there were some white people, there were some black people, there were some mixed race people there, and the Italians were predominantly white. Like there's no black.
Yeah, you
that
can't
shouldn't
mistake
matter.
that.
obvious.
Race
Yeah, and-
shouldn't matter.
And
Now-
it looked-
It's
and it
not
looked-
about that stuff.
Yeah.
No,
and
look.
yeah.
The only time I would kick up a stink if a sports team won is if they imported a bunch of athletes from other countries.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Why are they bitching about Italy winning when there was Italians on the team? What's the point of the team then?
Right, and like and Italy's own Fingo was made the whole decision about who got on the squad.
Yeah.
I think you're missing the bigger issue, right? The bigger issue is the Italians only wanted the linguine.
Yeah,
Everyone else wants rigatoni. Come on.
Oh,
Oh.
that's it,
maybe
man.
you're right though.
That's
They
it.
actually did
It's
want
as
that
simple as
damn
that.
linguine, my bro. Yeah, they probably fucking did.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Yeah, I know it's so bizarre for the economists to ramble on about this, despite despite
too
the
funny.
fact that 3 of the players in the squad born in Brazil. They are they are of Italian descent, despite all of that. So, I mean, still,
I mean, I think it's weird that The Economist is ranting about it in the first place if it's supposed to be an economic magazine, but we won't go there.
yeah,
But
right?
I think what the main issue here is what the journalist is. They expected England to win because England is like this mixed bag between like whites, blacks, and mixed races, and the Italians is like predominantly white. So they're like expecting, now the English team is gonna win, and then we're gonna show people that racists were wrong and like mixed, what do they call it? Like diversity is our strength or whatever. But now
Man,
that
I
the
don't
Italians
care,
have
man,
won. Now they're kind of like blaming it all on racism, of course. And I predicted that. I
Yeah, you did.
like even before the match, I was like, wait, if Italians win, then they're gonna blame it on racism. Bam, they blame it on racism.
I don't care about freaking race or sexuality or whatever, but like, bro, if you're on my team and we're on a fucking raid and we're gonna like
Dude,
get this shit done, yeah, we're gonna raid that base and it's
And-
gonna be all well and good. And sure, you can like pretend to be, oh, it's racism and all
Vera?
that stupid shit,
hey Vera,
but it's not.
And also, one last thing is that the guy that apparently they were tied at first, so they were like shooting those goals thing, like
Yeah.
they
yeah.
score.
Yeah.
They score through like 1-on-1 goalkeeper versus the one that strikes the ball, and there was this point where England needed 1 point to win, and that last shooter was by the way a black guy but that was not the point. It was a black guy. He was a 19-year-old that basically almost no experience in the big leagues, and he was supposed to be
All right, well, that's not really what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think the reason why they chose him to be the one that strikes, because they were probably expecting, oh, my point, my previous point that, oh, if he strikes a goal and he wins, then we'll show those racists all that, and yeah, now that he missed, and of course Italy won because of that.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
journalists
Crap.
are blaming it on racism.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
like
because,
a bunch of
they
BS.
and I saw like there was a penalty kick that happened and he missed. Like now, on a bizarro note, how is the English team taking this actually? Well, they're coping. And I will show you. They're actually coping with the loss. With the loss saying, "Oh, this wasn't so bad. It's fine."
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
Oh, actually, I will actually share it with you how they actually reacted to this on Instagram.
So,
I'm
how many
curious.
people were hospitalized after the riot?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they attacked Italians on the streets, but we'll get there in a sec. Yeah. Right now, we're gonna see how the English team reacted to this whole caboodle. So, football. It's not just about trophies and how we're still waiting. It's not about the goals we scored or the ones we didn't. It's
Oh
about
god.
the journeys we've taken from our roots to the top. It's the friends we've made, the people we represent, and standing alongside them when times become hard. It's being together. Football is family. It's community. It's unity. It's home.
Just admit you lost.
Okay, hold up. Can my anime protagonist speech stay in my animes and not on Instagram?
Why can't they just admit they lost? Like, GG, good game. We lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do better
Defeat-
next time.
Just admit defeat.
This is coping on so many levels. This is like, we did. It's not about winning. It's about the. No, this is a competitive sport. This is where only one winner emerges. You weren't the winner. Deal with it.
Can you imagine if they just simply said, "We lost this year. We still have
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
We'll wait for next year or some shit like that."
But the next UEFA Championship, they only happen once in a while.
I think
And-
every 4 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, they have 4 years to prepare for the next one. I mean, this is coping on such level. And Joel, Ryan actually sent me that picture, and I couldn't believe what cope it was there.
Yeah, I was sent that picture, and my goodness, yes, the reaction to it was
Priceless.
priceless. Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Don't
if
worry,
you were-
guys. It's not about the trophy. It's about friendship.
Yeah, and it's about home, and we found home. Maybe you'll realize, we're at home already.
Yeah, and before the match, they were probably like, "Oh, we're gonna win! We're taking the trophy home," or whatever they were posting. Like,
Yeah. Something like that. And it's like, oh, we lost, so we're just gonna admit defeat. I mean, why can't it be that simple?
Why can't they use this as a rallying
I've
cry for their
also-
next one?
I've also seen that they're blaming the football fans for their
Yeah.
loss.
What? Why? Were they cheering too loudly?
Well, because they were racist.
Why is it because they couldn't
Or is it
believe
because they were? Or is it because they were maybe angry because the guy that was shooting the final goal was actually a 19-year-old who had no experience who had not no experience, but very little experience with the big league. I mean, you have this this final shot where your entire game depends on it. You're gonna put it on a 19-year-old with almost no experience with his soccer,
Yeah.
and of course he misses the.
Wait,
The goal.
seriously, they just went woke, and instead of hiring and bringing in, well,
Like the most experienced players, that get paid millions for that.
they just checked some boxes. Oh,
I think so too. That
they just handed they just handed the victory to the Italians.
Yeah,
Seemed like
pretty
it.
much.
Oh, you are. Duh.
Okay, okay,
fuck.
just let's
It's also-
let's be grateful. Let's be grateful for the Italians. All right, they don't get much, right? They just have good pizza and good pasta. All right, what else do they have?
Good
Oh, they have a
cars.
World Cup trophy now. Hee.
Cars.
They're in
They
it
have-
for the cheddar, the moolah.
Yeah, they have good cars. They have good cheese. They have good wine.
Oh, the prosciutto.
yeah.
Oh yes, yes.
They have salami. All the other stuff, pepperonis.
All that good
Oh, the
shit.
pepperonis.
Yeah, I imagine. I have to applaud the Italians though. They don't get the credit that they deserve, rightly.
Oh, the coffee, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. How could we
Mm,
forget that? And fine Italian fashions too.
Of course.
And Italian women, and we're not talking about the big Italian women. We're talking about the model status Italian women.
Oh,
It's like a
yeah.
fine wine. It's like a
Oh
fine
my
wine,
gosh.
Monica Bellucci.
indeed.
Yeah. So, look. Yeah. So I guess what do you think now? I guess yeah. Italy rightly. I'd say Italy rightly deserved that. The win, and it was just yeah. If England hadn't have done that, yeah. Who knows how they would have reacted? But yeah, I guess all things considered, I guess I'm happy how the situation turned out. Are you?
Well, to be honest, I think the whole world cheered for Italians.
Yeah.
Damn right.
May
Right.
the best players win.
As ever. And and the best coaches, know how to, run the team. Yeah. That's it then. So, we've come to the end of the show today. What do you guys think? It was what a crazy week, wasn't it? Though, must say.
Yeah, this top
We
tier.
definitely have a lot going on. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. So who'd like to wrap up and say, what they thought of this week's cycle, and just as a general closing statement, one at a time. Mighty.
Come on, can you pick someone else? But I'll start it off though. But I kind of can't wait for the what is it? Those coins, right? That's gonna be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then of course, Space Jam 2, epic fail. It's not gonna work. Even LeBron said so himself. I mean, the man's got a point.
And yet they still hired him.
Yeah, but yet it's like he didn't want to do it though.
Yeah. Right. Malagos.
I just from the whole Space Jam and the Italians thing. I'm just wondering, when are we ever gonna go back to the time when, we are hiring competent writers, competent players? We were hiring people based on their skill, not based on some kind of agenda they're trying to push. Just bring back. Please bring back what people want. Don't give what people don't want, because get woke, go broke, and that's what Space Jam did, and that's what England did.
I think yeah, and
Yeah.
Space Jam was a big, ultimately it was a big vanity project. But yeah, and so that leaves us with No Dragons, Please.
I'm happy Italy won. Jokes aside. And yeah, I mean, going back to the get woke, go broke. I mean, I guess we've seen two parts of the continuum, right? Get woke or be Italian.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, yeah, Noble.
It's honestly nice to have some good news for once.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, that coin mascot thing. Damn!
I know,
Who thought
right?
the
Like,
people in Australia who make our actual currency could do that sort of shit? Put a smile on everyone's face and go, "Yeah!"
now the entire community is rallying and trying to scramble around to buy it, and my dude.
I have to get mine. I have to.
Right, no dragons and Malagos. You want in?
Of the coins, yes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Alright.
sure.
I'll give you the links instead. Anyway, go ahead.
I've also scanned in a copy of the sticker book that you can get at Woolworths.
Righto.
Ooh.
Righto. So I guess that leaves us with closing up. I get my co-host Avira has dipped out, but I do want to say I kind of wanted to apologize on his behalf because I know I think everybody kind of noticed as well that he was running at seventh gear, just couldn't quite handle the reins in, and yeah, I probably could have had different, more effective ways to kind of rein him in. So I apologize for that. Like, maybe if I sounded a bit too, disciplinary. But yeah, I knew going in. I knew this show was going to be wild, but not to
Not
this
level.
level.
No, we did not expect this.
I know, not to this level. You guys agree?
Yeah.
But it was a killer show, you gotta admit.
It is very much so. But anyway, as ever, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and whatever else decides to crawl its ugly head out of the internet.
Yep. Oh, by the
And-
way, one more thing, Jolt, before you sign off. Is it okay if I actually am able to actually finish this off with a certain phrase?
What phrase are you talking about?
Oh, just 2 words that I absolutely love.
Take it away.
Train's coming!
All right, everyone. Farewell. See you next time. And
Thank you,
remember,
Australian.
celebrate
Bye.
celebrate that the false idols have collapsed.
Bye.